One of the features revealed in the first Silksong trailer that excited me the most were the side quests, and these can range from gathering ingredients for a witch's cauldron to helping an NPC get through a particular obstacle. While all of these will have their own twists and turns, I wanted to hyper-focus on both the hunt and grand hunt type quests. Because you see, when I first saw the grand hunt tease, my mind immediately jumped to how Final Fantasy XII did hunts, and in that game you basically had an entire massive side quest for finding and defeating unique creatures that spanned the length of the entire game and even beyond, and offered some of the most challenging content in the game. Given how the quest board will be in different towns all over the map, I think it's safe to say that these hunts will scale in difficulty as we progress. And Team Cherry likes to put the hardest challenges in optional areas. I wouldn't be surprised if many of the difficult endgame encounters are part of this system. So for hunts, I'm expecting it to be kind of like filling out the hunter's journal, where you're asked to kill a specific enemy type or number of enemies in an area. Or maybe they will be more complex mini-boss type enemies like Shield Bro, whatever this thing is. I wouldn't be surprised if unlocking Grand Hunt quests required you to beat specific regular hunts. Maybe doing a normal hunt will draw out the beast for the Grand Hunt, so to speak. Grand Hunts themselves are probably a way for Team Cherry to add more optional bosses around the world, possibly replacing the same function Dream Warriors served. I do wonder if the hunts will always be beast-like enemies, or if some hunts will send us after certain Bell cult leaders or Grim Troop members to get the Grim Crest. It's all connected! The Huntress was revealed back in that whole Gollum riddle roleplay Leth decided to do, and while we don't know much about her, I think it's a safe bet to say she's connected to the hunting quests in some way. Maybe she is the one that posts the bounties to the board and finding her is like a reveal of some kind? My theory is that the Grand Hunts reward you with the organs of others for her brood's birth meal. The entire Grand Hunt questline will be having you feeding different collected parts to the Huntress till eventually the brood hatches and either you have to fight her or the brood in an endgame encounter. However, given how tragic most stories involving children are with Team Cherry, I think a better guess is that when the brood hatches, this attracts something worse, and things go poorly. So let's take a second to review what creatures are tied to the Grand Hunt, because I think we have actually already seen a couple. The first obvious ones were in the original trailer, starting with whatever this ceiling monster is that's spewing orange infection. No! We then have this bone creature attacking a village, which I kind of assume will play out like a Witcher quest, where you arrive at a town, and at that exact moment the creature shows up, does some damage, and the village residents ask you to deal with it. We also have the Deep Nest Creature 2.0 that spits out purple infection. No! I would say it's a safe bet that these are all tied to the hunt quests. When I first saw the trailer, I thought that maybe unlocking the Bell Beast fast travel involved a Grand Hunt quest to find it, but Team Cherry has talked about this boss being the player test to see if they are ready to leave the tutorial zone. So it's probably not tied in. Or maybe they introduce players to the hunt quest system with this fight. Not so sure about that one. For the Xbox trailer, this guy with a shield seems to be in an open-ish area to fight, so it could be a mini-boss to hunt. Again, we don't know if hunts involve more technologically advanced characters. But then again, this pitchfork guy in Greymore could very well fit perfectly in that role. Really, the main inspiration for this video is Crazy Hanging from Ceiling Claw Monster, who I have lovingly started calling Fred for short. Now this has got to be a Grand Hunt enemy. I won't take any other explanation. We also get a glimpse at that big boned mini-boss that raided the town, so this is probably its lair. That pretty much sums up everything I think could have a possible connection to the hunt system that we have seen so far. The way Team Cherry describes how quests and such could change the environments you're in is a really cool concept to think about, like maybe killing a predator in an area changes what types of creatures we see, or more plant life is allowed to regrow. The possibilities are endless. What's your guys' thoughts on the quest system? Do you think I am on the right track here? Like the video if you enjoyed it, I guess, and go check out the Nara Facing Fire Kickstarter. This game is inspired by Hollow Knight and Celeste, two of the greatest games ever made, so I'm sure it will be appealing to many of you viewers.